When you were speaking about Zenaida Gonzales, so that night, I want to finish up because when you had that 5 or 7 minutes, you talked about Timer 55.
Yeah.
You talked about Blanchard Park.
Right.
Did you talk about her stay in jail or any of that, or no?
No. Just more information about just trying to get specifics on, not really Zenaida herself, but like the sister, like the other circumstances surrounding.
Did she describe the sister for you?
Did
you say,
yeah,
what did you say she looked like?
Holy cow. I never really focused a lot on that one.
This is a co-conspirator or a co-kidnapper.
You're very right. I have it somewhere.
Meaning written?
Yeah, like written down somewhere.
Well, wait a minute. You have what written down?
Like her name, like Zenaida.
Did you take
her family?
Did you take notes
like her father, her mother, all that?
Did you take notes that night?
Not with. I don't think I took notes with her then. I had gotten a lot of that information already. Like, it wasn't new knowledge that she had a sister, and it wasn't new knowledge that her sister had kids, and all that. You know what I mean? So some of that was already, we already had.
That night, did you take notes?
A lot of notes were actually taken for me from my mom. When my mom and dad, I believe they went together for that one, went and visited my sister, my mom questioned her on, okay, Zenaida's father, what's he look like? What's he do? What's his name? And down the line. And my mom took all those notes. I think the notes that I have are my mom's notes.
Did you ever take any notes yourself?
About that specifically?
About anything?
Oh, absolutely.
Where are those notes?
They're either under my attorney, they're either with my attorney, they're with law enforcement.
So your attorney has the notes?
Like, it would either be law enforcement or exactly.
So that a copy of
those notes.
You don't have the notes?
It's there in law. They were provided to law enforcement.
I'm sorry?
Did you keep a copy of those notes?
Yeah, the originals.
Will you save them and preserve them?
Get rid of them?
Of course, yeah.
Thank you.
Because we're going to be subpoenaing those.
Yeah, we'd like
giving them to us.
I don't see why.
I don't think so.
No.
Hey, the truth.
I mean, and it's stuff that was, she said on taped, video visitation recording. It's the same information.
And your mom's been keeping notes too.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've all been doing it.
Has she turned those notes over to law enforcement?
They've been through our house so many times. They'll take what they want and then leave stuff that we're like, why the heck didn't you take that? That was just as relevant as something else.
Let me try to get to this. You talked us Timer 55, Blanchard Park. You talked about the sister, but you never really asked what she looked like or what the children looked like.
I know I already had that.
How'd you have it?
My mom had.
How did she have it?
My mom had it from a video visitation. Wow. My mom and dad, prior to her first release, had done multiple video visitations with her, just like I had, and we were getting tons of information.
And you believe your mom and dad had the information about Blanchard Park prior to that night? Because I don't think so.
I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I can't remember, and that's what's frustrating me.
See why this is so important is because the way we've heard this story today, the first time anyone heard about Blanchard Park, the sister, the 2 children, the grabbing of the arm, the threats to kill you, to kill Casey, to kill Caylee, to kill Lee, to kill Cindy. The way I understand it is the first time we heard it was that night in that living room with you.
No. Yes and no. The first time that the sister, the kids, and all that was well prior to that. That was in July during the video visitations. The whole, the families being threatened thing, Casey said in the video visitations to my folks directly. So those facts were not new at all.
The Blanchard Park was.
The Blanchard Park and the whole holding the arm down thing, how that circumstance went down, that was the newer part to me.
Right.
And the reason why I kind of am a little, I wish I could remember, but when I would have talked to my mom about it, and if she didn't make a big deal about it, it would have had to be because she would have already known or had been told previously or something. Otherwise, I can't figure that out for you. I really don't know.
When you went out to speak to the media and published this information about Zenaida Gonzales, you were repeating what your sister had told you.
Well, my sister had told my parents that had told me, and then Casey would then have reconfirmed to me as well. I mean, there were multiple statements. Some may have said one description, another may have cleared it up. You know what I mean?
But and I'm probably asking a question I already know the answer to, but you had her blessing to speak to the media, Casey's.
I never asked her permission.